We're going to continue with what's the conflict in the Middle East, though. Palestinians in Gaza could soon, hopefully, be getting vital humanitarian aid. The trucks filled with food and supplies have been waiting at the Egyptian side of the Rafah border crossing for days now. Meanwhile, thousands of Israeli troops are gathered at the Gaza border, preparing for what could be the largest ever ground invasion of that territory. Israeli forces struck over 100 Hamas targets overnight, taking out weapons warehouses and dozens of operational command centers. And this comes as thousands of Palestinians are taking to the streets in the West Bank today to show their support for Gaza. According to the latest figures, at least 4,100 people have been killed in the enclave and more than 1,400 have died in Israel since October 7th. Our Haley Ott is joining us now from Ramallah, which is in the West Bank, to talk about the situation. So let's talk about what's happening in the West Bank. What is the situation there like now?
Hello, yes. So today we've been covering demonstrations here, and in Ramallah, we watched hundreds of people walk through the center of the city, and then some of those people came here where we are in the outskirts and gathered, and about a handful of them started throwing stones at the Israeli army. And then we heard, I would say, maybe 8 or 9 shots. That's live fire. And then immediately an ambulance would come in and rush people out. People were very nervous. They were standing back. The turnout was smaller than it might usually be because people were nervous about the live fire. And just now it seems to have been winding down. They shot out one big plume of tear gas, which we're getting a little bit of now, to try to disperse people, and things have seemed to be winding down now.
So I know you got a chance to sort of speak to people. You know, what are they saying? I'm curious how they feel about Israel's response, how they feel about Hamas's initial attack. What are they saying about the situation?
The people that we spoke to were very, very upset about the ongoing airstrikes on Gaza, about the high civilian casualties, the women, the children who are losing their lives, the people who are seeking shelter and can't find it. Everyone we spoke to was devastated. They're also very angry. They're angry at the Israeli government. They're angry at the United States for supporting the Israeli government. And they're also angry at their own leadership, the Palestinian leadership here in the West Bank. They say that it's failed them, and they want to see a change.
So let's talk about this badly needed humanitarian aid. Israel has agreed. It appears to me that this agreement to get a small number of trucks across the border is good, but fragile. And we haven't seen one truck go into Gaza yet. So what's going on?
Yes, no aid has yet been allowed into Gaza, and the situation there is desperate. Food, medicine, water, people are really in desperate humanitarian need. And as you said, there are 20 trucks there waiting at the border. Just to compare, normally before this conflict, 450 trucks a day would cross into Gaza to provide aid. So those 20 trucks isn't even going to get close to what people are going to be needing in there, especially with this bombardment, with the blockade. They're not going to solve this problem. Still, anything is better than nothing. And so far, there has been nothing. And that border crossing, no matter what we're hearing about a potential deal to open it, remains closed.
Wow. Haley, thank you very much.